يا من أجبت دعاء نوح فانتصر وحملته في فلكك المشحون، يا من أحال النار حول خليله روحا وريحانا بقولك كوني.
إن الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back for a few words. Sha'ban, day 12, 1442. All praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has allowed us to live through Rajab, meet Sha'ban, and we make dua to Allah just as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to make dua to Allah, that we meet Ramadan as well and we see the blessedness of Ramadan. Ramadan is that time of the year wherein our soul, our body, our whole human experience is that opportunity for us to recalibrate. And when we recalibrate something like a clock, what happens is that the clock, it wears off after a certain amount of days, months, and it would veer off tangent from the exact time by a couple of seconds, by a couple of minutes, and sometimes by even hours. So we have to recalibrate it. Same way, or anything that needs fine-tuning, it needs to be recalibrated to a certain standard. That standard, we recalibrate whatever it is that we are running, we recalibrate it to that. Ramadan is that opportunity for all of us to recalibrate our body, our mind, our soul to the expectation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has of us. And this recalibration, it has a massive impact upon us, which makes us realize what is our purpose of life. That our purpose of life is not just to eat and procreate, eat, sleep, drink and procreate just like the other animals. And for this reason, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us that throughout the month of Ramadan we will abstain from that which we normally do, which is eat. We will abstain from that which we normally have in any other time outside of the fasting period, which is having intimate relations, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us and telling us again and again, you are not created for eating, sleeping and procreating just like the rest of the animals. It is a time for us to recalibrate our souls. So in the month of Ramadan, what happens? We may, throughout the entire year, we may have been away from the Qur'an, but Allah tells us to immerse in the Qur'an. For the Ramadan is the month of the Qur'an. So throughout the entire month, we are immersed in the Qur'an. This recalibration takes place. In the month of Ramadan, our salah is extended in the night time for witr and taraweeh and the tahajjud and the nawafil that we pray in the morning and in the afternoon and various other things. Every single prayer that we actually pray, all of this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows this spiritual experience to enhance our iman, enhance our feelings and enhance our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself. This is a recalibration that takes place in the month of Ramadan. And when we abstain from food, when we are abstaining from the gluttony, when we are abstaining from this excessive consumerism that has dominated us, has dominated society at large, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, abstain, refrain. Yes, it is allowed. Yes, it is permissible any other time of the year, but during these hours, abstain. Abstain from eating even apples and dates and even fruits which are good for us and nourishing. Abstain. This is us recalibrating our soul for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this makes us realize that if we can do without these things during those periods of time, then surely we can do without them at other periods of time during the year. So this is what we need to physically and psychologically get prepared for. If a person was to just go out and go for a marathon run all of a sudden and without any warm-up, what will happen? This person, he will suffer huge injuries. And this is the reason why the ulama, they tell us, and the people of the past, they used to tell us that before Ramadan gets here, before we immerse ourselves into Ramadan, we need to prepare for it. So not just preparation in terms of like just, Ramadan is around the corner, 60-day countdown, 59-day countdown, and now it's 30-day countdown, now it's 15-day countdown, etc. It's not just a countdown experience. It's an experience for the mind and the body and the soul to get prepared and physically ready. So just like a person, he physically prepares by stretching, and weeks in advance he would go for short runs, he would go for longer runs, and he would go for longer runs. He wants to make sure that when he goes for the marathon, he's able to complete the entire marathon. When he actually is running midway through the marathon, he doesn't collapse, his body doesn't cave in, he doesn't give up, etc. In the same way, not only must we ensure that we have this exercise and we have this warm-up for Ramadan itself physically, that we fast days beforehand, we reduce our consumption levels days beforehand. Rasulullah ﷺ, he would fast more in the month of Sha'ban than any other month apart from Ramadan, of course. So this in itself is a message for all of us that we should try to increase this exercise for Ramadan. We should try to get ready for this warm-up for Ramadan, be prepared for Ramadan, and not only physically but also the mental aspect, the spiritual aspect, the nourishment. So let us increase reading the Qur'an from now. Let us increase the tasbihat now. This is the month that everyone's been waiting for, and the countdown has begun. So not only has the countdown begun as we see on the clock and the days and the calendars, each day as it flips through, but what it is that we are warming up towards Ramadan. Everybody is looking forward towards Ramadan, and this Ramadan is that month for recalibrating our life and connecting ourselves once again to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in the future few days, inshallah, I hope to talk more about these developmental aspects of nearing towards Ramadan, and how Ramadan has this kind of impact not only on the spiritual self but even on the physical self, and even on the human societal aspect, how it all plays together. And this is the reason why Ramadan is so important. So what I'd like you all to do is, inshallah, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe please, and also click on the like button. It helps with the algorithms, and inshallah leave a comment underneath as well, and that will actually also help with the algorithms. And jazakumullahu khairan, make dua for me and make dua for the rest of the ummah that we are all able to successfully please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throughout the entire month of Sha'ban and Ramadan. Jazakumullahu khairan. See you in the next few days. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
يا من أجبت دعاء نوح فانتصر وحملته في فلكك